Don't forget, this was a network that fired us. I hope they welcome us back.
Of course they are. Hey, Tom, look. There's the helicopter pad.
You know something? Thomas Wolfe was wrong. You can't go home again. Maybe Thomas Wolfe was right. You can't go home again.
Might have a point there.
It's the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour 20-year reunion with Steve Martin, Glenn Campbell, John Hartford, Lee Brett, Bob Einstein, Benson Williams, Pat Paulson, Jennifer Warren, with appearances by Alan Blanc, Carl Gottlieb, Lorenzo Music, Gene Farmer, Rob Reiner, the Ron Poindexter Dancers, and Larry Chancellor and his orchestra. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Smothers Brothers.
We're so glad you're pleased to be here, and welcome to the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour 20th reunion show. And for those of you who don't remember, the Comedy Hour was on the air in 1967, 68, and 69. And it's been over 20 years since CBS and the Smothers Brothers parted company and went our separate ways. But you know, when I look back, and when we do this the second time, before we begin, Tom, I know you're anxious.
Hangman!
Oh, Hangman.
Hangman, hangman, slack your rope. Hangman, hangman, slack your rope. Slack it for a...
How long should I let him hang there? Oh, that was just too much, Tom. That was wonderful. Great. Congratulations. Heck of a way to start the show.
Thank you very much.
That was not a compliment.
What?
That was not a compliment.
Yes, sir,
It was not a compliment.
Well, just hold on. I think
you just hold on. I know what I said.
I think everybody heard it was a
I
compliment.
don't care
what
they
did you
heard.
say?
I said, great, congratulations. Great way to start the show.
Thank you.
That was not a compliment. Don't tell me what was a compliment.
Well,
I know
it
what
sounded like a
Come on,
compliment.
Tom. People did not come here to hear us argue.
Some of them did.
Maybe. Well, maybe so, but that doesn't change the point. That was not a
It
compliment.
sounded like a compliment.
I don't care what it
Let's
says.
stop you for a
Tom.
second. This is our 20th reunion. I know a lot of you out there and a lot of you here in the studio and out there are members of families or know people who are members of families. And so often in life, a member of a family, a loved one, so seldom do we say thank you or give a compliment to a member of the family, a brother, sister, mother, and father, so it's a rare experience. We'll give a compliment to a stranger.
I don't argue that point.
Before we'll sometimes
That's
give
right. My brother's exactly right. Sometimes we're less sensitive to people we know.
That's right.
And I agree with you totally, but why in the world would I give you a compliment?
I was surprised as anyone. I really...
You were surprised. I was surprised. Anyway, when we look back at some of those old shows and some of the performers, there was...
and I don't care. Back on and I don't care. I don't care. I don't
Wait
care.
a minute, that is not the way the song goes.
I don't care.
You don't care.
I don't care.
You don't care.
I don't care.
You don't care.
I don't care.
Why not?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
And you don't care.
And I don't care.
You're acting like a stupid fool.
I'm running for president.
you something? I think you're overqualified.
Thank you very much.
That was not a compliment. And you haven't done anything wrong. I want to tell you, I thought maybe you'd change a little bit. They're starting the show, and what do? You have not done one responsible thing tonight on this show. You have not acted as a responsible adult and admitted. You have done nothing that is responsible.
Right now, I am wearing a condom. That is a form of responsibility.
That certainly is. But that's comments. I'm glad you said that, because it's comments like that, Tom, that got us kicked off in the first place.
We weren't kicked off the air. We quit.
I
quit.
You have no memory. No. You did not quit. We did not quit. We were not canceled. We were fired.
No.
And remember what I told you. I said, making remarks like that type of comment is the reason we were booted off.
No. See, you don't remember what I told you when we quit CBS?
What did you tell me? We quit. Fired.
Okay, when we fired CBS, I said...
No, wait. No, we didn't.
Remember, I told you they will think about it. I told them they will think about it, realize they made a mistake, and have us back. And see, I told you, and here we are.
Wait a minute. You said they would think about it
for a while, and they have us back.
A while? It's been 20 years.
Oh, okay, it wasn't right away, but we're back.
You know what? When you're right, you're really right.
Thank you very much.
That was not a compliment. Now, this is a reunion show of not just the performers. We think of it as a Smothers Brothers reunion show of the performers, the audience, and CBS. And when we look back to those days, we really think of them seriously as the good old days.
Once upon a time, we were on TV. Every Sunday night, we knocked them dead. We stirred up some trouble, so they fired us. I guess it was something that we said. Those were the days, my friends, we thought they'd never end. We sing and dance forever and a day. Our show was much too hip, so we got censorship. Those were the days, oh yes, those were the days.
Then the exiled years went rushing by us. We lost our starry notions on the way. I guess they thought it would be safe to hire us, since no one pays attention anyway. These are those days, my friends, I'm glad they're back again. We sing and dance forever and a day. Although they did us in, I guess we're friends again. These are the days, oh yes, these are the days. So tonight we find we're back on TV. Nothing seems to be the way it was. We sort of missed the old conflict of interest when CBS was like the KGB. Those were the days, my friends, we thought they'd never end. They did, but there's at least one thing to say. Back in those days gone past, we didn't kiss their ass. Those were the days, oh yes, those were the days. La 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 la. Don't go away. We'll be right back with a whole lot of more show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our reunion show, former presidential candidate Patrick Layton Paulson.
I'm very excited to be here. 20-year reunion show with my close personal friends Tom and Dave Smothers. I'd like to talk about the challenges we face in this election year. As I travel this great land, I hear complaints about auto workers being laid off, cheap imports, steel mills closing, the garment industry dead, foreclosures of farms, the homeless, pollution, problems of the aged, the threat of AIDS, child abuse, Middle East, Nicaragua, etc., etc. I hear these rumblings of discontent everywhere I go, and you know what I think? I think America ought to just shut up. I'm sick of this bitching and moaning. So shut up, America. If you don't like what's going on, get off of your butts and find somebody to take care of these problems. Look at the men you have running now. Men who say they have a new vision, a new idea. On the Republican side, George Bush. Now here's a man who was envoy to China, chairman of the Republican Party, an ambassador, a congressman, head of the CIA, vice president. Man cannot hold a job. George Bush is kind of like Jerry Ford without the pizzazz. And Dole, do you want a pineapple for president? Pat Robertson, God told him to run, which proves one thing. God's got a great sense of humor. Pat doesn't have a prayer. On the Democratic side, we have Gary Hart back in the race. Now, Gary Hart gave new meaning to the old expression, walk softly and carry a big stick. I'll tell you one thing, you'll never catch me fooling around. Jesse Jackson, handsome, well-dressed man, magnetic speaker. Now, Jesse, if we could just put you in whiteface, you'd be a cinch. Dukakis, where'd he get that name, off the bottom of an eye chart? Dukakis, what a name for president. I mean, where are the Washingtons and the Jeffersons and the Johnsons? Well, they're playing basketball, most of them. I think it's time we started looking for someone else to lead us, a man who will conduct his campaign in a decent, honorable way. With little hoopla. How will we know this man when we find him? Where is he and what is he doing? He may be a friend of yours, an acquaintance. He might be right here in Hollywood this very moment. He could be in this audience, standing on this very stage. I don't know where he is. It's your duty to find that man and make him run for president. Come on, America, get off your butts and salute this common, ordinary, civil figure of America's destiny.
Years ago, Pat Paulson introduced a young singer to Tom and me, and we loved her music, and she appeared many times on our show. Currently, she has a smash hit single from the movie, Dirty Dancing, and a great new album entitled Famous Blue Raincoat. Ladies and gentlemen, here singing a song from the album is my favorite singer, Jennifer Warren.
Child named Bernadette. I heard the story long ago. She saw the Queen of Heaven once and kept the vision in her soul. No one believed what she had seen. No one believed what she heard. That there were sorrows to be healed and mercy in this world. We've been around, we fall, we fly. We mostly fall, we mostly run. And every now and then we try to mend the damage that we've done. Tonight, I just can't rest. I've got this joy here inside my breast. To think that I did not forget that child, that song of Bernadette. So many hearts I find broke like yours and mine, torn by what we've done and can't undo. I just wanna hold you. Come on, let me hold you like Bernadette would do. I just wanna hold you. Won't you let me hold you like Bernadette would do.
You know, I'd like to talk about one of my all-time favorite performers on the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour, and from the response we still get, he's still one of the great performers and one of your favorites, too. The one and only Officer Judy.
Yeah, that's right. And Officer Judy was played by Bob Einstein, who was also one of the writers on the show.
Now, the first time Officer Judy appeared on our show, he busted Liberace.
You know how fast you were playing?
I'm sorry, officer. I really wasn't paying any attention.
Let me see your license.
I must have left it in my other sequin tuxedo.
Playing without a license, huh? All right, get out.
I really didn't think I was playing that fast.
What year is this?
This is 63.
Hello, 612. This is 742, traffic detail. I'd like to run a check on a 63 Concert Grand. Black. Uh-huh. Is that his first name or his last name? First and his last, huh? Okay, thanks, Pat. 742 and out.
So normally, right now, we would like to say, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Officer Judy, but life has many strange twists in it, and we can't because, unfortunately, Officer Judy passed away about a year ago. And all we can say is all the fans that loved him, and I love him, he should be left with the knowledge that everybody misses him. Officer Judy, here's to you big guys.
Tom? What did you just say?
You're alive. He's alive. He's alive. You're alive.
I know I'm alive.
Oh, you're alive. You're alive.
Please take your complete hands off of me.
What happened?
I can't believe what happened. He called me up 2 weeks ago and said, Bob, we're doing a 20-year reunion show. Would you come back and interrupt you guys like I did as Officer Judy?
Yeah.
And I said, Tom, I've matured. I don't do that anymore. It's 20 years later. And I said to him,
So after you're alive, I bought flowers and everything.
I'll tell you what else. I have a family out there and friends. And Tom said to me, come by anyway. Don't have to do Officer Judy, and we'll do something with dignity. So you show the clip, and then you come out and tell the people that I'm dead. That's very dignified. And you know what else? And you know what? I ended the conversation with something that I'm sure went above his head. I tried to be intelligent. And I said, Tom, the reason I don't want to do Officer Judy is today, Officer Judy is passé.
Passé? I thought he said passed away. I thought you said he passed away. Honest. I thought you said he passed away. I thought you said he passed away.
You know
That's
what?
the truth.
Can I tell you
The
something?
truth. I thought you passed away.
I'm glad you did this. I really am. I'm glad you did the whole thing. Because we're able to now show America that in 20 years, you have not matured a quarter of an inch.
Thank you very much.
That was not a compliment. Dick, good luck with your show, and I hope you get your own show.
Thank you very much, Tom. Thank you for the bye, sir.
He's alive.
Bob Einstein. Mason Williams was one of the writers on the Comedy Hour, and at the same time he was writing for our show, his instrumental guitar piece, Classical Gas, was a big hit. It became one of the most remembered musical pieces identified with the show. The song today is considered a pop music classic. So here he is, 20 years later, the classical gas man himself, Mason Williams. You know, in many ways, our CBS show was like a school. We were all students majoring in the art of making people laugh and sing, and sometimes even think.
Yeah, and a special member of our group graduated with honors and huge success. Welcome one of our former writers, Mr. Steve Martin.
All right. You know, the typewriter you used to use is still just right where you left it, the typewriter. We haven't touched it at all.
Paper's still empty.
Well, you know, I learned so much from you guys back then. It was always hopeful that I could return and repay the favor, and
Thank you.
here I am. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
and,
Nice.
you know, this is such a nutty business we're in. I think it was the great showman Flo Ziegfeld who said, "A man never stands so tall as when he stoops to help someone else." Exactly. I believe that show people are the most generous, caring, and exciting people I know. So here we are after all these years. What a time we had. Those were the days.
You know, Steve, you're a big movie star, and I was wondering, do you miss live performances?
Well, yes, I do. I miss the give and the take. But most of all, I miss
The spontaneity.
Well, tell you what. Why don't I have my people call your people and we'll do lines? Great.
Ciao. Adios. Love ya.
Steve Martin, just a terrific guy. You know the thing I really like about him, Tom, is you never know what he's going to say next.
He's a jerk.
He's the jerk.
Yeah.
Our next guest appeared many times on our show, and when we had a chance to produce our summer replacement series, we knew he'd be a terrific host, and he was.
So let's welcome to our reunion show our very good friend, Mr. Glenn Campbell.
All right.
I am a lineman for the county, and I drive the main road, searching in the sun for another overload. I hear you singing in the wire, and I can hear you through the wire. The Wichita lineman, he's still on the line. By the time I get to Phoenix, she'll be rising. She'll find the note I left hanging on her door. Lord, and she'll cry just to think I ain't really leave her. Though time and time I tried to tell her so, yes, she just didn't know that I would really go. No, she didn't know I'd go.
Thank you very much. What a pleasure it is to be here. If it hadn't been for Tommy and Dickie Smothers, I wouldn't be here. But you know, my career actually got started with a song called Gentle on My Mind. It was written by a dear friend of mine, Mr. John Hartford. And here's a little taste of the good old days.
It's knowing that your door is my sleeping bag rolled up and stashed behind your couch. And it's knowing I'm not shackled by forgotten words and bonds and the ink stains that have dried upon some wine. That keeps you in the back roads by the rivers of my memory, keeps you ever gentle on my mind. I hate my little clotheslines and junkyards and the highways come between us. And my mother woman crying for her mother because she turned I was gone. I still might run in silence, tears of joy might stain my face, and a summer sun might burn me till I'm blind. But not to where I cannot see you walking on the back roads by the rivers flowing gentle on my mind. On my mind. Hey, John! John Hartford! Woo! What a great songwriter. Not only a great songwriter, but you know, he is very multi-talented. He plays all kind of instruments like banjo, fiddle. In fact, it's been said, boy, is there no beginning to this man's talent. My good friend John Hartford, ladies and gentlemen. Now I just got into a new way to fly. Oh, what an easy way to get high. The love that I get from the love that I send, from learning to smile all over again, learning to smile all over again. That's what it takes to make a new friend. That's when I learned it wasn't the end, learning to smile all over again. Learning to smile all over again. That's what it takes to make a new friend. That's when I learned it wasn't the end. Learning to smile all over again. Learning to smile all over again.
Johnny Hartford and Johnny Hartford's top of his head. We know it's a 20-year reunion here. You know, back in the beginning, we discovered a lot of people. We discovered a young lady in the audience. Her name was Lee French, and she became a regular on the show. And she spoke for a generation of Americans who marched to a different drummer. Hey, can we get a shot of this girl right here playing some? Stop the music, Nelson. Stop the music. Oh yeah. Can we get a shot of this girl here? Do you mind standing up? Taking about you're playing something. I'd like to talk to you. Stand up. Let's give her a hand. Where are you from? You're dressed kind of strange.
Oh, well, this is really very natural in the Haight-Ashbury up in San Francisco. Ladies, this helmet, you can use this helmet as a Jell-O mold. This is the look of tomorrow. Yes, ladies, as sure as you live and breathe, we know that air pollution in its own small way is going to wipe us out.
And now, let's visit Lee French today.
Hello, ladies. Once again, welcome to Share a Little Tea with Goldie, a program for you, the woman of today. A program designed to keep you above what's happening.
Hi. Oh, it's so great to be here. You know, it's incredible how much interest there is in the 60s. It's really a dynamic time. Don't you ever just sneak up into the attic and pull out your old love beads or tie-dye T-shirts or try to squeeze in the old miniskirt? You know, when I get nostalgic, I've got something left over from the 60s that I grew myself. It's right here in my little old stash box, all rolled up and ready to go. My old braids. There's a lot of the 60s in these. Wow, it's a good thing they can't talk. But you know, there's really a lot we can talk about on television these days. Politics, relationships, sex. Actually, you know, when it comes to sex, these days that's probably all we should do. Just talk about it. Which brings me to something new I really want to share with you. You know how you're always looking for the perfect gift for the man who has everything? Well, I found it. A designer condom carrier. For the man who has everything but doesn't want to give it to anyone else. No more unsightly rings on his wallet. Great. You know, women, speaking of shopping around, a lot of us have bought into the big dream, but we've got to keep this consumer thing in perspective. Stuff is great, but how many appliances do we really need? I mean, we've got food processors, coffee bean grinders, liver extractors, hot rollers, foot warmers, chicken basters. You got to be careful, because before you know it, you're hooked on appliances, and you need one more and one more and one more until your credit cards explode. So next time you go shopping, take a deep breath, and when that appliance salesman hits on you, just say no. Just say no. Stop the madness. It's been great being here, but that's all the time we have for today. And next time I see you, I'll be doing some channeling with my master, Baba Rebop. We'll talk about what to do when you're hipper than your kids, sexual dyslexia, and why do our noses get bigger as we get older? That's a good one. And remember, victory through vegetables and backed by popular demand, peace.
We're going to sing for you a song tonight from a very ancient form of music called the madrigal. And the madrigal song has been around for over 600 years, and they were generally, of course, sung by small choirs, 4, 11, 5 foot. But we're going to do this one tonight. Thank you very much. That's one of my favorites. Now, we're going to sing this one tonight as a rather tall duet. It's entitled The Troubadour Song. Do you happen to know of a maiden in need of a sweetheart? Here's one who is anxious to please. It's a shame that a handsome young fellow like me should be left while the nightingale sings in the trees. It's a shame that a handsome young fellow like me... Will you cut that out? It's very difficult singing a duet by myself.
I imagine it puts a lot of pressure on your other voice.
I don't have another voice.
Then don't try singing a duet by yourself.
I wasn't trying to sing a duet by myself.
You said you were trying to sing a duet by yourself.
I said it's difficult to do that, but I didn't say I was trying to. It's the way it turned out because you didn't help me. You didn't sing. You didn't join in.
I don't know the words.
Never stopped you before.
If I don't know the words, I don't sing the song. If I don't know the notes, I don't blow the tune. If I don't know the steps, I don't do the dance. That's the way I live my life.
Wait a minute. I can't argue with that. You're absolutely right, but in this particular instance, you don't have to know the words to sing the song.
Then I was doing good.
You weren't singing.
I don't know the words.
That's what I said. You see, my brother's wondering probably right now, how can you sing a song if you don't know the words? But that is the magic of a madrigal. Now, remember I said briefly, madrigals were created when? 600 years ago? That period of European history. No public schools, so most people were illiterate. They couldn't read or write either. And they wanted to sing these songs. And so when they'd be walking down the street and would come upon a group of madrigal singers gaily singing their songs, and they wanted to join in, but they didn't know the words, and they didn't want to appear stupid. What they did is they created their own words. These were called nonsense words or nonsense lyrics, and after a couple hundred years, became standardized into the well-known and quite popular fa-la-las of today. So whenever you hear a musical phrase, it goes a little bit like this. With a fa-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, that's where it came from. And lets people sing songs without
knowing the words.
Right.
A perfect example of what my brother says is that Christmas carol, Diddle Bells, Bell, Holly, fa la 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 la. It's a perfect example.
Repeat that
example. I said the example that you brought up was a perfect example.
What was?
It's like the Christmas carol, Diddle Bells, Bell,
No. It's deck the halls, not dig the balls.
I don't know all the words.
I rest my case. Perfect point. Tommy will do the fa-la-las, yes, and I will do the words. We'll have a duet, and we'll continue with the song. Second verse.
I'm just going to do the fa-la-las. They're really the nonsense words. There's actually no... my brother's words, your words are the most important, because mine are just nonsense words.
Tommy, you missed the point of the fa-la-las. The orchestra does not have words. They have sounds, they have music, they add texture. That's what fa-la-las. You're another instrument with the orchestra, helping my lyrics, okay? Second verse. The time it is short, there is none I can spare. The nightingale song soon will die in the air. Don't you think, dearest maiden, you better agree to make love whilst the nightingale sings in the tree.
La 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 chirp chirp. That's the sound of a nightingale. Big mother nightingale.
Oh, you cut that out, Tommy. I didn't ask for a big mother nightingale, and you know it. Now, why'd you do that? Why'd you have to wreck and ruin a song like that? You just did it on purpose. Looks like I'm wasting my time up here trying to bring you into the song. You said you didn't know it, right? Said you didn't know all the words, right?
But you please stop whining.
Well, that happens. That happens to be my job.
Well, you're doing a good job.
Well, thank you very much.
That was not a compliment.
And that is not a compliment either. I resent that reaction. Hey, what did I ask you for, Tom? It was simple. Why did you ruin the song?
CBS told me to.
CBS told you? Why would they do that?
I don't know. They just came up and told me.
Oh, they forced you to do it,
No,
huh?
they just told me to
They told you to? Did they threaten you?
No, they just said, wreck that song.
Or else what?
There were two guys in gray suits, and from CBS, and came down about 1 hour before the show, and they came up to me and said, Tom, wreck that song. And wreck that song, just wreck that song.
That's all they said? Or else what?
Then they said, do you like birds?
They said,
do you like birds? I said, yes, I love birds. And they said, well, if you like, they said, you better wreck the song if you like birds.
I don't understand.
They say they would take little birds, they'd say grab little local birds.
Local birds?
Local birds. They take these little birds, and this is what they said, they would take the bird, and they kind of turn it over, and they grab its little leg and tweak it. They tweak its little leg and sprain its leg, and then they throw the bird in the air, and that flew. They said they fly good, but they liked. I said, why would you do that? I don't know why. They said they like to see them land funny. They kind of land, they kind of spin out. The little pecker hits the dirt, they go spin. I said I like birds, and then for them not to do that to a bird.
So they threatened the...
They
the
told
help.
me to wreck the song,
Or they-
bottom line.
And do you do everything?
They, with a sweat of a bird?
Well, I like birds too, but does this mean you'll do anything that CBS tells you to do?
They told me to wreck the song.
Do you do everything CBS tells you to do?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Would you jump off a bridge if CBS told you to do it?
Not again.
We want to thank you all. I think it's time for us to say goodnight. But before we do, we want to bring out some of the writers from the 1968 Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour writing staff and introduce you to them.
We have Alan Bly,
Hey, Alan.
Bob Einstein, Gene Farmer, Carl Bassler, Steve Martin, Lorenzo Music, Rob Reiner, Mason Williams.
And we'd also like to thank our guests tonight, Jennifer Warren, Lee Trent, Glenn Campbell, John Hart, Pat Paulson, and our thanks to Roy Kaplan and his orchestra and the Ron Poindexter Dancers. Come on now, everybody. And good night. We'll see you in 20 years.
Coming up next on WBTV News, the U.S. House says no to President Reagan's $36 million Contra aid package. Investigation continues.